Hello, welcome to Mind Doctor. I'm Mahalakshmi Samson. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about the hidden truths inside your chaos. Have you noticed something about the people whom you admire most, especially for their leadership qualities? They did not become who they are because everything was neat, predictable, and perfect in their life. They became who they are to the extent that you're admiring them because they faced chaos. And in that chaos, they discovered order. And you know what is the real reflection? The real reflection is even you, if you look back, your proudest moments, your celebrations, your victories would have been born from times when you found a way to bring order into your chaos, whatever you faced at that time, isn't it, right? And also, if you think about the moments, that the time that when you actually started walking, right? Did you just get up and straight away you walked? No. If you actually observe, right, your body would have taken time to find patterns and settle down so that you can walk. At the first, it would have been pure chaos where you tried to stand up, you would have fallen, you wobbled, toppled, bumped into things. You would have cried, you got up again. There would have been a lot of pain, but still, right? You would have stayed in that messiness. You would have stayed in that chaos where there was absolutely no order, and everything was just trial and error and a lot of falling. But yet that chaos actually, if you see, was not a failure. It was your teacher. It was teaching you throughout so that you can find patterns and you can get up and walk. And that's when amidst the messiness you found the patterns, balance, coordination, strength, and that was order born inside the chaos, right? Imagine if it have said, I will only walk when I can do it perfectly. I am sure none of us would have taken that single step. Today we are walking and running because we have taken that step. We have chosen to stay in that chaos, clear that messiness, and then find the patterns in it and emerge from it. And that's when we discover order and then we move forward. And it applies to many other things also, right? But at the same time, even before getting in there, right, it's important for us to know clearly what is order and what is chaos. Order feels actually, it is structure. It feels very safe. It is about discipline. It is about predictability. And order gives us routines, goals, and clarity. Actually, it is what allows us to stand very steady. It gives us the clarity to know what we have to do. But chaos feels messy, where we start doing things and we are stuck because we do not know what to do next, right? Because chaos is about uncertainty, mistakes, discomfort. It is about unpredictability. At the same time, it is also about possibility, creativity, and transformation. These are the gifts the chaos will give you when you choose to stay there and find the patterns out. And think about it in your daily life also. When you walked into your new office, when you got a new job, how did the day feel? Did it feel very predictable and you had known the process very well? No, it would have been very chaotic, right? You would have made lot of mistakes. Many times you would have felt lost. But still, you found patterns, which means you found the order in that chaos, and then the work would have started flowing. I also remember the days when I, started to cook in the kitchen. The kitchen would be a complete mess, lots of dishes, lots of vessels there, as if I'm cooking a lot of dishes, but actually I would be cooking only one. But lot of spillover, lot of doubts what I have to do. I used to ask my mother. When my mother steps into the kitchen, she used to get really irritated and ask, what is it that you're doing here? For one dish you have made the kitchen a complete mess. But slowly, the order started emerging. When I started cooking, possibly one sambar would take about an hour and a half, but today I'm able to cook it in 20 minutes, which means I have discovered order into that chaos. And anyone who is doing their routine job, who knows the things that they know it very well, right? It's all about order, discovering order in that chaos. And it's the same with parenting. It's the same with any relationship, right? And you build it over a period of time by working through them, by working through the messiness, the unpredictable things in that relationship. That you create deeper understanding and stronger bonds, and that order actually lasts. And also, if you are a fan of perfectionism, many time people parade themselves of perfectionism, and many of us also we aspire for perfectionism, right? But actually, if you observe, right, perfectionism makes us to cling only to order. We want to avoid the mess. We wait for the right time to act, to speak, to try even. But growth doesn't happen that way. Growth happens in messiness, when we step into the chaos, when we are willing to stumble, when we are willing to fail, when we are willing to learn, right? That's when growth happens. Which means, it is not enough to say that I want to be perfect. It is also important that we build the ability to embrace chaos. The truth is, we need both. We need order and chaos. Order is our foundation, and chaos is our teacher. Now, once again, look at the people whom you admire for their leadership qualities, right? I'm sure when I first asked this question, you would have had many people, the faces coming in front of you. Again, I'm telling you, I'm asking you rather, do you think their lives were free of chaos? No. What makes them admirable is how they found order in the middle of chaos and used it to grow, right? And what about you? Think of your own life, the moments you cherish, the job you worked hard for, the relationship that you healed, the challenges that you overcame. Did they happen in perfect order, or did they happen when life was messy, when things felt uncertain, when you chose to rise from chaos and bring meaning to it? When did it happen? If you look closely, your greatest growth would have always come when chaos was your teacher, right? So the invitation is this: stop judging chaos as a failure. See it is a classroom in which you learn that it is a teacher for you. Every stumble that you experience is a feedback. Every failure is a lesson. Every imperfection is an invitation to grow. So when you embrace chaos, you don't just survive it, you're shaped by it. You find the hidden order within it, and that order brings the foundation of your next step forward. Right? So, order matters. It's the stability, the clarity, the structure that holds us. But chaos matters as much, just as much. It is the fire that forges us, the storm that strengthens us, the teacher that awakens us. So, here is my invitation to you: respect order because it gives you discipline and direction, and embrace chaos. It gives you creativity and growth. Right? So, this week, instead of waiting for things to be perfect, step into the chaos. Take the imperfect action. Trust that the chaos you face is here to teach you something. It is not here to make you fall down, but it is here to rise up and win the situation. Find opportunities in it because your chaos is waiting to teach you something. Get up and be a great student to learn that. Because life isn't about choosing order or chaos. It is about learning to dance between them, the order and the chaos. And maybe the next time life feels chaotic, you'll pause and whisper to yourself, this isn't failure, but this is my teacher. Right? I hope you like this content. If you like it, please subscribe and click the like icon, as well as share your insights in the comments so that I can also read it, and it could be a great teacher for the people who watch this video. Thank you, and see you in the next video.